Are you one of those people that struggles to build a deck? You put a bunch of random cards together, it doesn't work, not consistent, and it definitely doesn't beat meta. Are you one of those people that has never really played the TCG and wants to get into it? Well, I'm gonna do an experiment today. I'm gonna see if the future of Pokemon through AI. Yes, I'm gonna be opening up chatgpt and we're gonna see if it can build us a deck. And if it can, I'm gonna play with it. Many people say that the future of AI is to help with essays, research, medicine. But I think the more important question we should be asking AI is, can you build a Pokemon deck? And if so, does it work? I don't know if this is going to work. I don't even know if AI knows what Pokemon is. Well, I'm sure as hell going to try and find out. Content, baby. Oh, right. We're finally on. So, first thing is, I think we need to find out if ChatGPT actually knows what Pokemon is. So, first question is key. Start with the basics. Let's see if it knows what it is. What? Okay. I guess ChatGPT is just not working at the moment. I'll be back when it is working. No, so first question. What is Pokemon? See what it gives us. Pokemon is a media franchise created by blah 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 blah. I am not gonna try and even pronounce those names. The franchise began as a pair of video games for the original Game Boy. It has since grown and encompassed numerous sequels, spin-offs, anime, manga, and other media. Pretty accurate. The name Pokemon is a shortened form of Pocket Monsters, as the original game allows players to capture, train, and battle virtual creatures, using them to defeat other trainers' Pokemon. The franchise has become one of the most successful, recognizable in the world, with dedicated fan base across all ages. I mean, I'd say that's pretty good as a summary. No mention of the TCG, it got the video game, and yeah, it just didn't kind of mention the TCG. So we're gonna have to hope and pray that it knows what the Pokemon TCG is. So in order to prove that, I think the next question should be, who is the best Pokemon TCG player in the world? So let's see. See what it tells us. The Pokemon Trading Card Game, TCG, is a collectible card game based on the Pokemon franchise. The game is played by two players, each using a deck of 60 cards, so it knows what the TCG is. The goal of the game is to use the cards in your deck to defeat the other Pokemon and reduce their prize cards to 0 while defeating your own Pokemon. There are many skillful players in the TCG, and determining the best player is subjective. It can change over time. That is very fair. That is a very fair opinion. Like, Sander is probably one of my favourite players and probably would be my top player at the moment. Really, from the fact that he consistently makes top 8 with like weird control decks, and as somebody who enjoys control myself, that's standard to me. And the fact that a lot of the times he gets lost in Top Cut are due to time and Top Cut rules of most prizes taken for the third game. I'd agree with this. There are many skilled and subjective players, but well, we've already read that. However, some of the most well-known accomplished players in the Pokemon TCG can include Shinataro Ito, I'm sorry if I butchered the name, Tord Reklev, and Jason, I'm not even going to try and pronounce his surname. These players have consistently placed well in major tournaments and have a reputation for their skill and knowledge of the game. You know what? I agree with that. Tord is probably arguably the best player at the moment in the TCG. He won back-to-back regionals and he consistently does well. But yeah, I somewhat agree with this. I think it pretty much hit the nail on the head there. So it clearly knows what the TCG is. It clearly knows that you need 60 cards, and it clearly knows that how you win. So let's see if it can build us a deck. So we've asked him what the best current Pokemon deck is. Pokemon change meta frequently, so the best deck can depend on time and the tournament format. However, some of the decks that perform well in recent tournaments are considered strong. ADP Zacian, I believe. Zacian V, Eternatus V, Rickarom, and Dragapult VMAX. I'm gonna go ahead and say this information's kind of outdated. I mean, I think the only one that actually sees play now, given rotation and new metas and stuff like that, would be Eternatus. So let's see if it can build us an Eternatus V deck. It's not just behind. I think it has a cutoff for its knowledge. I think that's like around 2021. So around 2021, these are decks that you'd kind of see play, like ADP Zacian, Eternatus, Dragapult, which are, you know, fair enough. It got it on it hit the nail on the head for like old metas, but for current meta, not so much. So I'm gonna go and see if it can build me an Eternatus VMAX deck, considering that's probably the only of these that are actually listed that see play today. Here's an example of a deck list for Eternatus VMAX. Okay, so we got the 4 Eternatus V, 4 Crobat, 2 Dedenne GX. Obviously, we're gonna have to substitute that out. Same with the Zacian. I don't think Zacian belongs in Eternatus now. I mean, maybe, to be fair. What? Okay, so I'm seeing a lot of cards here that are no longer in rotation, and my goal was to create a standard deck. But this looks to be a expanded deck now, purely because of rotation. It's actually giving me a deck strategy here. Use Eternatus' powerful attack, Deadly Dredging, to take prizes quickly. Use Crobat V's Shadow Hunter ability to snipe bench Pokemon. I don't think we want to be doing that. The Dedenne's Thunderclap ability to control the opponent's hand. Zacian V is included as a backup attacker for its Brave Blade attack. I mean, it used to hit hard, man. It used to hit hard. The trainer cards are used to help set up Eternatus VMAX and control the opponent's hand. Professor's Research and Quick Ball help to search out the Eternatus VMAX. The Quick Ball doesn't search out the VMAX, but I kind of get where it's coming from. While the Boss Sword helps to switch out the Eternatus but its damage, that's not what Boss's Orders does. Okay. Pokemon 3.0, Switch, and a skateboard help to get out of bad situations. Fair enough, that is true. That is true. While Cherish Ball and Marnie help to control the opponent's hand, Guzma and Hala, Copycat, and Reset Stamp include to help disrupt the opponent's strategy. Okay, true. But, you know, Cherish Ball no longer sees play. Reset Stamp, both of those are rotated out. Copycat, that's just better. Guzma and Hala have also rotated. So, we're probably not playing this in standard. And to be honest, I'm going to play around with this, and I reckon we can make a standard deck out of it. But if ChatGPT's knowledge ever gets updated, this is pretty good for building a deck. Like, it kind of got a lot of things, like, spot on. Like, I mean, this list would be an okay list if everything was in format. That's kind of insane, and the fact that it gives you a deck strategy, although, like, it got some things wrong, like the Boss's Orders, it did a decent job of giving us a list for, like, very little information to go off. That's kind of insane. That's kind of insane. I'm going to load up live and see if I can make this list work without changing too many things. I don't want to change too many things because I feel like it would just kind of defeat the point. But yeah, I'll see you guys in Pokemon Live then, I guess. I've tried to stay as true to the example as it gave me. So we've got the 4 Vs. We've only got 3 VMAX because I only had 3 VMAX, so I didn't really fancy wasting crafting materials on this. We added a Radiant Sneasler because we can't add the Zash and we can't really add the Orangaroo. Purely because of Eternatus' ability. The 4 Crobat is the same. With no VMAX, it didn't specify it in a VMAX. And we added some Goons just to kind of up the Pokemon count. We got the 3 Research. I didn't have a 4th nice one, so I didn't add the 4th one. 4 Quick Ball, 4 Boss, the Pokegear, For switch, like it said, we added Evo Incense to make up for the cards that rotated out. It said to put 2 copycat in, so I put 2 copycat. Air balloons, we're just there to try and get to replace some of the expanded cards for rotating between Pokemon. We added choice parts because you need it. We added Serena instead of Guzma because I was thinking like Guzma is a boss with extra value if you, with switching. So I thought adding the Serena in would kind of adding the Serena in would give us that essentially what is a boss with a little bit of extra value. We added 2 Marnie, 2 Dark Patch, and 2 Cheryl. I know it's not very true to the list in that regard, but the cards that you kind of need now, 2 Iron Darkness, 4 Energy. Like I say, I tried to keep it as true as I could, while still making it functional for an actual game. So we'll have to see how this deck performs. I'm going to take it straight onto Ranked Ladder. Let's draw. Our opening hand is not great. Apparently we need 2 Cheryl according to live. Okay, we're against Drago. Drago doesn't tend to run path. We can kind of hit him just as hard as he can hit us, provided we get out of this brick hand. Let's see. Okay, he didn't do too much, which means we have time. Let's do this. Try and keep the hand somewhat minimal. Keep the hand somewhat minimal. Just hope we draw into something. If he Vigors, has the V-Star, there ain't a whole lot we can do here. But he hasn't got anything in the bin yet, which is good. Oh, he does have a Luminion, just so he can potentially get that research or whatever he needs into the bin. Okay, he does grab a research. He must have a hand of dragons. But I mean, the luck we kind of have if he does research is he probably does not get the energy he needs this turn, which is good for us essentially, because with such an awful start, we kind of need him to waste that. Oh, if he judged us right there, that could have been huge. Could have been huge. But yeah, I mean, if he ends up researching, then that probably means we're not in any danger of taking damage this turn. Yeah, we're definitely not. He probably just attaches for turn, Leafeons. But it does mean we have to do something in our next turn, otherwise we're in trouble. So he uses his V-Star ability. So he gets 2 cards back from these. He's probably going to choose maybe these 2. He needs the 2 green. The 2 green. So at start this slow, we kind of hoping that he breaks, if anything, which is kind of nuts. But realistically, if we can get going, we can try and sort this guy out before it becomes a problem. We need a really good top deck though. That is a fairly decent top deck. Burn the hand. Evo. Get the VMAX. So we have the VMAX, so we have the potential of having a really wide board. Yes, I would like to use Dark Assets. That is very nice. Copycat. Seems bad, right? Quick ball away a Cheryl. Go and get a Goon. The Sneasel's literally just there for the bench. Like, it really does not do a whole lot at the moment. I don't know if this damage is ever relevant. However, it helps us. Just got 3 cards. Go up to 5. So we need to see more things right now. Goon. Ping there. Goon. Ping there. Still no energy though, which is kind of sketch. Kind of don't like it. No. I don't think we need another boss in hand right now. We still have no energy, which is kind of nuts. Kind of not in a good spot. Which It's upsetting. Hopefully we can find one of our research next turn. Our line here is most likely just knock out the Drago V-Star, knock out the other Drago V-Star, and then boss Luminion for the game, hopefully. If we can get to that point, but he might just run over us, to be honest. Because he's probably going to be knocking out this turn. What Pokemon does he have on the bin? He has a Drago. I mean, he might not be knocking out. Purely because of the fact that he's not got much in the grave at the moment. He has got an Evo, so he can go grab that Giratina or whatever it is that he needs. The Duraludon. Yep. He can grab that, probably quick ball it away. And then he has a pretty decent attacker for next turn. Well, if we can find like research and somehow discard a energy, find Dark Patch, there's a lot we can do. There's a lot we can do if we can find those pieces, but that's hoping we get a good top deck. And my top deck look is not great. Obviously, this is not the way you would build E-Turn normally. You're kind of missing the Weezings, that sort of stuff. That's rough. Really rough. We'll just pass the turn. We're gonna have to. It's not looking good, Chief. Probably should have used the boss to boss up the Leafeon, so he has to dedicate more energy. Kind of just depends what he hits from this. So the damage definitely is relevant from the goons, although I would have preferred not to draw into 3 of them and to draw into something a bit more useful. It is what it is. You can't win them all. It's got the Goodra, yeah, that makes it definitely relevant. But we can just boss around the Goodra. If we ever get to that point, because it looks like it's an uphill battle from here on out. He's gonna Apex Dragon, he's probably gonna knock us out, which sucks. Yep. You know what, we just have to say, cool, if you have it, you have it. And by you have it, I mean, I've got to find something, and I've got to find it quick. Do this. Boss the Radiant God of War. Unfortunately, I would like to boss around a Rolling Iron, but it doesn't look like we're getting there, to be honest. We have an energy, we need another one. Let's see. Benches a Bidoof, that could help him with draw power later on in the game, but he has got more than 5 cards in his hand at the moment. He's going to put those energies back in, okay. Okay. He feels like this is going to be a slugfest, but if we ever get out of this break, then we're looking pretty good. Green cells, he's going to equip it to the God of War, because then next turn he can retreat it. But if we find an energy, that won't be an issue, right? You know what, I'll take it. Crobat. Let's draw a bunch of cards. By a bunch, I mean 6. Yes, I would like to use Dark Hazards. Okay, we find the energy. We can play down another goon. Just keep plonking this one. Pokestop. Serena's good here, I feel like. Play down the VMAX, just in case this does get knocked out, we don't lose our entire bench and have to start from ground zero. And we're doing, what, 30 for each. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. 18, 2, 10. So we do need one more. Unfortunately, it's going to have to be this way that we do it. Oh, we had a choice belt. I forgot we had a choice belt on. Eek. Okay. Oh no, we were still... No, we were doing 250. Would have been fine. Would have knocked out. Now that is a real shame. There's a research. I really like the new art and the new full art. It's very cool. Very nice. Let's see. If he has it, he has it. Unfortunately for us. Storm Mountains. Bigger. I don't think he has any way to one-hit us unless he finds a bell. No, Eternatus is too big. Though he does have... I don't know, he didn't discard it. He did have that Dragon Eye, which is scary. So we can boss around the Rolling Iron next turn. What does this do? Search deck 3 basic energy cards and then attach them. 180. Okay, it's not too thingy. He's doing 200 with a Rolling Iron. And we do run Cheryl Dark Patch. I think we got rid of both Cheryls though, right? Right, can I scroll down? Let's see what he's doing this turn then. It just isn't going to let me scroll down, okay? Please. So we can do that. Attach the Hiding Darkness here. Throw back for 3. He did 200, so he did Rolling Iron. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 25, 26, 27. So we're gonna have to boss around, which is kind of annoying. I don't know how many boss we have left in deck. Oh yeah, it's not gonna let me scroll down, is it? We have used both Cheryls. Okay, we're gonna have to boss this one up. Hopefully we find an energy for another one. Oh, we're doing 300. So we still won't kill him, unfortunately. But we do get that KO. Find a Dark Patch. It's fine, so when he knocks this out... He's gonna research. That Rolling Iron attack is really the issue here. But he is going to unfortunately be able to take the extra prizes this turn, which is unfortunate. It's unfortunate we didn't have another E-turn setup. But I think the Marnie's fine, because if we Marnie him here, then we could essentially get rid of the boss if he has boss in hand. And now we find Dark Patch. I see how it is. It has to be benched. Okay. We have a Hiding Darkness. But this changes things. Okay, so we can retreat into this. And Dark Patch to this. Quick ball away this. To find nothing. Hopefully we find a switch. Yes, I know we burnt a lot of them. Oh no. That could be game right here. That could be game. Because we kind of have to... Don't like risking him bossing us because he has a fat hand. And we still have a chance we draw the... We don't draw it. And I think this is just game. Yeah, unfortunately. This is game. Unfortunate. He just knocked out for the win. Not the way you should be building Radiant Etern. Radiant? No. Eternatus VMAX. That sucks. So I think that kind of concludes that AI cannot really build a deck that is meta at the moment. Maybe that's because its database is outdated or something like that. But maybe I'm just a bad pilot of this deck. I don't know. But yeah, I think AI has a bit to go before it can build you a competitive standard deck. But it was a fun experiment. I really enjoyed it. Maybe in the future we'll get to a point where we can just go, I don't know how to play this card game, build me a deck, teach me how to play it, and it will be able to do it proficiently. But that's kind of insane. It was a fun video idea. Hope you guys enjoyed, and subscribe for more.